Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. True, no religion is the fastest growing religion, but that's no reason to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Religions offer wise advice on how to live, secular as well as religious, and here are my favorite of the secular ones, plus my comment on each. First here are, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 from Christian teachings. And this one is from Martin Luther, founder of Protestantism. The Christian shoemaker does his duty not by putting little crosses on the shoes, but by making good shoes, because God is interested in good craftsmanship. Indeed, deeds trump symbols or words, and of course that extends beyond the trades. Good craftsmanship refers to good works in both personal as well as professional domains. We appropriately roll our eyes at a person who trumpets their religiosity by being a churchgoer and wearing a large crucifix, and then being very un-Christian in their actions. The next quote is, "Do not cast your pearls before swine." That's from Matthew 7:6. That same advice, by the way, is offered in the popular Hindu proverb I'm going to mention a little later. Suffice to say that few of us would be surprised that more than one religious tradition offers such a warning. Next. This is from Colossians 3:2. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. It is puzzling why so many people need all, or at least want, all those designer-labeled products, gadgets, closets full of clothes, often taking jobs that they don't like to have to pay for those shallow pleasures. And the final Christian one I'm going to mention is the pretty obvious one. This is from Luke 6:3:1. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I'm even fonder of that's the golden rule. I'm even fonder of the so-called platinum rule. Do unto others as they would want done to them. Just because we want something doesn't mean everybody does. And the next 4 are from Jewish teachings. This is from Rabbi Hillel. If I am not for myself, who is for me? And if I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? That balance is admirable. Take care of yourself and others, and avoid procrastinating it. The next one from the Jewish scholar Maimonides. Lose with truth and right, rather than gain with falsehood and wrong. Now, many people would agree with that, almost everybody, I guess, but certainly more people would agree with it than those who follow it assiduously, yet it may be worth a reminder. Next. Rejoice not at thine enemy's fall, but don't rush to pick him up. That's from Proverbs 24:17. That's quite different from the Christian concept of love thy enemy. And the final Jewish aphorism, maxim, proverb, I'm not sure I know the difference among the 3. As you teach, you learn. That's from the Talmud. Right, teaching is active learning. The teacher may learn as much from teaching the class as some students learn from taking it. Alas. The next 4 or 5, I got a bunch of them actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come from Buddhist teachings. Concentrate the mind on the present moment, that was said by Buddha. This is popularly stated, of course, as be in the moment, and that is often wise. It does enable us to remain focused on what we're working on or enjoying. But that said, being in the moment enjoys the power of the past. The past can teach us lessons. Those who don't know history are condemned to repeat it. Also, be in the moment devalues the future. Planning is helpful, usually. Of course, per Robert Burns, the best laid plans of mice and men often do go awry. The next Buddhist quote is, "A disciplined mind brings happiness." It's also said by the Buddha. Discipline, like the terms duty and responsibility, are attributes that seem to have fallen out of favor in favor of more relaxed advice, even just be. Well, having had more than 6,000 career counseling clients, there's little I'm surer of than that discipline, along with intelligence, are the keys to both success and contentment. The next Buddhist quote, "Follow a wise critic as you would a guide to hidden treasure." It is easier to prefer praise, but the thoughtful critic is at least as valuable. People may politely accept criticism, but far fewer people act on that criticism, let alone act on it sustainably. Ardently do today what must be done. Who knows? Tomorrow death comes. Buddha said that, and I have nothing to add to that. I agree with it. It's the anti-procrastination message. The next quote from the Buddha: "The root of suffering is attachment." That's reflected in cognitive behavioral therapies, urging us to prefer but not demand something. I would differ a bit with that. I believe it's wise to attach to the process of living, of working, or what you're doing, being fully in the moment, but let go of the outcome, which is beyond your control. That, I believe, is key to counselors and healthcare providers avoiding burnout. And the final Buddhist quote is, "Good people keep on walking whatever happens." Well, that's easier said than done, of course, though resilience is a worthy aspiration. People tend to be resilient if they have ample internal resources that make subsequent success more likely. But others who would be more pessimistic about the efforts being worth trying to get up yet again from being knocked down might be well served to get support, practically and maybe psychologically. Next, I've got 4 quotes from Hindu teachings. The first one is, "He who cannot dance blames the floor." In psychological parlance, it's tempting to have an external rather than an internal locus of control. How many people fall prey to blaming parents, teachers, spouses, demographics, or the political system for their failures? Those may be partial factors, but focusing on them tends to decrease a person's prospects of future success, than realizing that at least a significant measure of success does lie from within. The next Hindu quote is, "True nobility lies in being superior to your previous self." That's a Hindu proverb. Competing with others can motivate, but it's usually less productive as well as less psychologically rewarding than competing with yourself. It's not a bad idea to, before you go to bed each night, give yourself a letter grade from A to F on how well you did on some area in which you'd like to grow. The next Hindu quote, "Advice to the stupid produces anger." Yeah, that's the Hindu version of that Christian exhortation, "Don't throw pearls before swine." I have often found that to be valid counsel. And the final Hindu quote is, "Fate and self-help share equally in shaping our destiny." I like that balanced view. Indeed, effort boosts our chances of success, but we've all known people whose efforts were foiled by forces beyond their control. And finally, 3 quotes from Islamic teachings. "Trust in Allah, but tie your camel," said by Muhammad. My father, although he's Jewish, was Jewish, advised me to follow that Muslim maxim. "The son of a goose is a swimmer." That's an Arab and Egyptian proverb, and that means like father, like son. As a career counselor, I have been struck by how often a child, even as an adult, is similar, remarkably, in abilities and psychology to at least one of the parents. And finally, being alone is better than being with someone bad. That is right, period. In any event, I'm Marty Nemko. I do thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.